Hi everyone, and welcome back on our another office hours session. Today on our agenda, as you can see, we'll be talking about wall panelings, all the different kinds that we have in our catalog, and there's loads of them there to choose from. I'll show you some of them, they're ready to go. Just put them on the wall. Some of them we can resize and like add multiple items to create any look we want. So I'll show you that as well. And then we can talk a bit about a wallpaper application, how you can upload your own wallpaper textures. And then we can go to renderings and I'll show you what to do to get the best view of your wallpapers or the paneling. So let me open one of the projects. I'll just refresh it. Okay, so if we will go to catalog, building elements, and feature wall, then you can see how many of like paneled walls we have there to choose from. So you can either scroll down and see what's in there, or we can go straight away to paneled walls and you will see all the paneled walls. I have some of them saved, so I will show you the examples that I've chosen and how you can use them. We, for example, have something like that that you can use on the walls. They're ready to go. We can simply resize them. We can change the texture of them. And we can space them around. Just use the clone tool. You can also use the guidelines to create spaces in between them and just use the clone tool and you can create like a lovely full wall of paneling. So here we have one. Then we have another one. It's more simple. Then we have full paneled walls that you can choose from the catalog. So like if you will have a look, then there's really loads there. And so you don't have to go and create them. There is an option to create them with the create new product tool. So like, but I think it's worth to check what's in the catalog and if you can just use products from a catalog because that will just save you time. For example, we have this one here, the white box paneled wall. Now we can put it on the wall. You can resize it to any size you want. Let's say that we'll do the full size, the full height of the ceiling. And we can also, if you know the length of your wall, then you can simply type it in and create as many panels as you want. If you want a bigger one, then we can just continue with 2 on this wall, for example. And now you can add any texture on the panels or any color or like a wood texture and just customize them like that. So like, you're free to resize them to any size. So these are another ones. So we can just go and see what's in there. I will quickly go to the shortlist and I will show you the ones that I've chosen for today. So we, for example, have this one, the herringbone pattern paneling. And again, you can paste one on your wall, simply resize it, do as many panels as you want. They can be wider, they can be narrower, and then simply use the clone tool and paste them next to each other. You can always turn them around. Also, sorry, turn them around if you want them to be other way around. So these are another ones that you can use from our catalog. These ones here, the white color feature wall, they are very nice as well. They have really nice depth to them, and they have lovely baseboard added, like a molding on the bottom. So as you can see, these ones, they look really, really nice. And again, we can just apply any texture on them. Let's say that we'll choose something in walnut. And then again, copy it and put it on the full wall. Another one that I like using is this one. They're very popular. You can use them on the inside and you can also use them on the outside. So these are the ones that look like Acu panels. And we have, like you can see the wall behind. There's another color, but you can apply any color on the wall that you see behind. And these are the panels. Again, you can change the color of them. You can make them narrower, you can make them wider. So that's another one that you can use from the catalog. You don't have to create them. Then we have these ones. I showed you these ones before, so they're nice as well. And I also like to use these ones here, the wall panels. This is a single panel. They're quite deep, so we can change the depth a bit. And for these ones, I will resize one, and then I will use the clone tool. And let's say that I will add like a 3 or 4 of them, then I will group them and then I will clone them. Because like, it will save you a bit of time. So let's say that we have this tree here, then I will group them to group items. I'll just remind you, if you're using Mac, you click on Command, otherwise you click on Control, and you just add other items in a center of the screen. In the top, you have group products, and now they are grouped. And now if you will clone them, they will be cloned as 3 or as, it doesn't matter how many you will have in your group. Now you can group these two groups. So for example, I will add these two together, and now I can clone all 6 of them. So that will allow you that allows you just to work just a bit faster. Now we can resize this one, and we can resize this one a bit. And again, you can change textures, then you can group them again and clone them into another wall if you need to. So look for panels that we have in our catalog to save time. Now, if you will go to building elements again and shapes and baseboards, then there is loads of baseboards to choose from as well. And they are not only skirting boards. So we have white baseboards like these ones. We also have something that looks either like Shiplap or Tongue Groove. So you can use this again as well. And then we have this kind of boards as well. So these ones, they are single ones. Like you have 2 within this one. Again, we can resize them. You can use any size you want and just use the clone tool and change the texture. With this one, for example, then you have a single one. Again, resize it and change the texture. For the Shiplap ones, these are in 2s. So we have 2 panels. We have 2 different ones. So these are one. Again, you can resize them. You can do like a full wall of shiplap to add like, more rustic vibe, or even for like farmhouse style. And then we have another one. I think I have shortlisted them here. They just look just a bit different. I think there are these ones that I just showed you before. So they like you can make them look more like a shiplap by changing the size of them. So like, by making them a bit narrower, then like, they have a totally different look. So try to again, look in a catalog and see what's in there. So some of them, they will be under baseboards. Some of them, they will be under skirting. So if you go under skirtings, then we have this white baseboards here. We also have more like these ones. They are like, just added like some pattern on them. This is another example. I think this might be better to use. So there's actually loads of them to choose from. You even have L-shaped. So like, if you need an L shape, just to make your work a bit easier, then we have L shape as well with, with the same style. So remember to, for the paneling, you can find them because like, sometimes you will put wall paneling, not all the options might come up. So you can search for them in skirting and baseboards. They are in shapes, in building elements. And also in building elements, we have feature walls when you have paneled walls, storage walls, any concept walls. So you can have a look there and see what you can find there. Now we will go to the wallpapers. So with the wallpapers, we have some that you can choose from our texture catalog. So you can go to pattern or to the wall. And here we also have some patterns, more like, there won't be not too many wallpapers there, but you will find some pattern there that can work as a wallpaper. If not, then more of them we have here under the pattern. You're free to upload your own textures. With the wallpapers, it's like there is a different if it's a wallpaper and then if you have a wall mural. The wall mural, of course, will go like it will be one texture that goes throughout the full wall. With the wallpaper, you can like, change the density of the texture, like you can make the design bigger, you can make the design smaller. So like, it's up to you. Unfortunately, not all the textures can be edited to the look that you wanted to achieve. If, for example, you will upload a texture of a wallpaper, and when you will drop it, like for example, like with this one, if we will drop it and start editing it by either texture size or a number of tiles, as you can see, the density is changing and like, the wallpaper looks nice. But if you will have something like I will just use one of the wall murals just to show you an example. So let's say that we have something like that, and now I will change the number of tiles. Then that texture will go into tiles. And if it will be like a normal wallpaper, let's say like a flowery or like, you will have any pattern and something like that will happen. When you upload a texture, try to go back to the website that you've taken it from and just get a screenshot and see if that will help. Because like, sometimes like the file when you're uploading the texture is just it depends what kind of file it is, and sometimes you can edit it by changing number of tiles and sometimes you cannot. But if it's a texture that you really want to use, try to go back and just do a screenshot and then upload it here, and you can edit it. So like I, for example, uploaded like two wallpapers here, and like both of them, as you can see, if I will drop them, then I can simply edit them. And like, the pattern is nice. You can see that that's wallpaper. It doesn't go into tile texture. The same with this one. So like, these ones are okay. I took a screenshot of both. So I think there might be, a difference if you're doing screenshot or uploading an image. Now, for example, for this one, for this powder room here, I've used wall murals. With the wall murals, you can offset them. So, like, for example, in this one, like I have the panels that I showed you. So these are the single panels, these ones, the wall panels that I showed you. And I again put them on the wall, group them, and then use the clone um, tool, and then just change the color of them. For the mural, I uploaded my own texture, and when I drop the texture, so if we will go to properties. Now, I changed the number of tiles, so like, so the texture suits, and like, so I have the part of the mural that I want to have on my wall. And then I've used the horizontal and vertical offset to offset it. So like, so it just looks the way I want it to be. So to help you out, we have horizontal and vertical offsets that you can use. And don't worry about the blurry effect. Sometimes when you will be dropping textures in 3D, they will seem blurry. But when you will do a render, then they will be really nice and clean and really high quality. So let me just show you one of the renders. So as you can see, the wallpaper is nice and like, and clean and very nice, high quality. So it's not blurry at all. So like, don't be scared that whenever you will drop it in 3D, it will look blurry, because like, it won't when you do your render. Now, for rendering spaces with panelings and with wallpapers, like for example, this bathroom is very dark, but that was my idea for that powder room. It's like it's just a small bathroom, so I wanted to have like a wow effect. And I've added the mural. So here I just went for natural light. And like, just a bit of sunlight. Like I didn't create any sun patterns. But for example, for this one here, just let me reshare. So with my old money, just go to 3D. I have like a full paneled wall here. And when I did the renders, I played with the light, and you can see how much difference that makes. So if like when we have a look like that, so I'll just quickly go to take a render. And like, when you will open your render, then your sun is in the middle. So like, it's not set. Then we go to all our lighting edits. So we will choose the preset. We will go with the product lighting. You can add some lights and then steer them to like, either they are on or off. So you can add all the lights that you have. I even have lights for on over my bookshelf. So like, that for dark interiors, that will add some extra light as well, and like, create like a different kind of atmosphere. And with this one, I use the sun. So I always like to rotate the sun and like, create like a nice shadows, and then it looks even more realistic. Like when we have big windows, then of course, like, natural light will come into the room, it will flood the room. So like by adding our sun to the render, we make the renders even more realistic. So now I'll just show you the outcome. So this is how it looks. As you can see, like even the windows, you can see the reflection on of them on the paneling. The paneling has really nice, rich color. The lights are on. They are, I think I put them on low or even medium, just to like, just to have a glimpse of them so they're not overpowering. So like when you're creating the renders, choose your check your colors as well. So for like when you're applying, let's say that we have a paneling and you will apply a wood texture on top, or like you have wallpapers and you will apply them on your walls, then when, let me go back to the project. So when you will be doing the render, do the preview, because like sometimes the textures they might and colors they might look different on the render. Like render brings them to a bit of a different level, because like it will add especially if you're creating renders in 4K and 12K, then the resolution and the outcome will be very realistic, and it will really look great. But some of the textures they might change color a bit, so the color that you see in 3D might differ. That's why do the preview. And for example, when we have the paneling like that, and it's darker or brighter on in 3D, and you think that that will be the outcome, and then you will do the preview, and on the preview it will be again either darker or lighter, then you can go back, you can click on edit texture, choose the texture, and now you can click on the color hues, and you can change the color hue. So for example, this one, if it will be too dark for me, I can lighten it up just a bit, and then I can again go back and do the preview and see if that works. The same with like other colors. For the murals, they will have richer colors. So like there shouldn't be too much of a difference. They will just clear up and they will have like a nice rich color. So they should look the same as on the website that you like took them, uploaded them from. Yeah, and play with light. If you don't like, if you have dark interiors, like for example, this powder room here, and you feel like your renderings are too dark, then if adding the sun doesn't help. So for small spaces, I just remind you,
Magda, your
if you
screen
want,
hasn't changed.
sorry.
Your screen is still on the library.
Oh, sorry. Thanks. So like, for example, for this one here, if you do the render and you think that it's still too dark, then you can add extra lights on, for example, on the wall that is not visible, or you can play with the product lighting. So if it's on low, do it on medium or even on high, and see how that will change the space. And try to incorporate the sun if you can. Then that will brighten up the spaces as well. Okay, do we have some questions? Okay, how do you make the paneling go on top of the mural square? So in this one, I did the paneling first and then I added my mural. You don't have to drop it on the full wall. So for example, like, if you will have a different mural, you don't have to like, go and resize it as I did. I just like, it just worked better for me. But you can simply, with the create new product tool, go to create yourself rectangle and now outline the space for your mural above your paneling. And then you can paste the mural on that part. So like, it doesn't have to go throughout the full wall. Because like some murals, they will work, some of them they won't. I just like, I just edit this one, so it just works for me. But the faster way to do it is just to outline the area with the Create New Product tool, and then apply your mural on that surface above your paneling. How do you get the outside scene through the window? So for that, I just in take render, we have the environment here. So you just go to light, environment, and you can choose what you're looking at from your window. You can add your own environments. I think we already had a session about it, but if not, I will remind you how you can do it. Sometimes like you have to wait a couple of seconds until it will change. So you can add any environment you want and just rotate it. So you can choose the part of the view that you want to have on your render. Now, if you want to apply your own environment, then the easiest way to do it is in 2D or with Create New Product tool, add a wall or a product in front of your window. So for example, if we will do something like that, it can be a bit longer. We can add sides just to add like natural light then. And now on this surface here in 3D, you can upload your own texture and you can apply it on that wall facing the window. So then when you will do the render, you will have your own environment. Now on this side, you can go to texture and you can type in light material and you can add extra light for, more natural light because like, that wall will be blocking a bit of light. So you can add some white illuminating materials and they will add a special, an extra surface of light. So that will work as well. If like, if you don't need any special environment, then you can just simply choose the ones that we have in renders under product lighting settings. You're welcome. Any other questions about the panelings and adding wallpapers or even renderings? Because I think I started something before my screen didn't change. So what I wanted to say, if you have a small space, I think I said that before, but if you have a small space and you want to do the widest angle possible for your render, then if you go to take render, you will just back out so you can see the wall in front of you, like for example here. And now you will use the clip view to go through that wall. So the clip view will take you through the wall like a ghost. It will leave the wall behind you. We can try to back out even a bit more. Now we can use the field of view to go a bit closer. And in the reflection, you will see the wall that is behind you. So like it's not, if I know that some of our clients, they use the height tool, and that's not, if you have any reflective objects on the opposite wall, then it's not a good idea, because then if you will hide the wall, then you, in the reflection, you will see the environment, and the room will be flooded with a natural light. And sometimes, like, most of the time, it will just go out way too bright, and like, there's not too much that you can do about it. So try to use the clip view to go through the wall. The wall is still behind you, and that allows you to create really nice wide angle rendering. Any other questions you might have, even about paneling, like applying paneling or maybe like if you face any problems by applying the panelings. How about paneling on staircases walls? That for staircases, you will have to create them with the create new product tool because like, the staircase go from the lower level up to the higher level. And with the panelings that we have ready to go, then you won't be able to create the slope. So you can create the paneling with create new product tool. Like with the create new product tool, you can play and like, create even like a shiplap or the tongue and groove paneling, but you can also do, let me go back here, just a simple paneling like for a full wall. So we can go with the create new product, create yourself. We can do it on a full wall if we want to, for example. Now just give it some depth. Then we can work with the depth. And now you can use the ruler tool to measure everything out and like, create your panels. But basically, then you will take the rectangle tool. And let's say that we have um, something like that. Then we can add a smaller one. In the bottom. And now you can just create your offsets and create like, like a simple panelings as well. And you can like add as many offsets as you want. And then we can use the push and pull to create depth. So basically we will push this part just out a bit and create some depth. For any other shape, then you can first create a shape. So if we will delete that, and for example, you will need a sloped shape for the stairs, then what we can do, we can go with the pen tool. We can remove the unwanted part. And now you can start creating any paneling on that. And you can do a sloped tops as well, and then give it the offset. So that will work better for the staircases. Any other questions? No other questions? I'm happy that everyone knows how to work with the panelings and with the wallpapers. Remember that you can upload your own and create even more bespoke spaces. How do you do on a curved wall wood paneling? Yeah, so that unfortunately we don't have an option to do that yet, because even with the create new product tool, when your curve will be it will, like, if your curve will be, let's say, like bigger, like quite rounded, then you won't be able to create the paneling on a curved wall, unfortunately. For now, for the curved walls, we can only apply like a paint textures. So, like, the textures, they are without any patterns, just plain textures. Yeah, that's something that I think they might think about, especially now when all the curves, or nearly in every house they're adding curved walls, or the all the organic shapes. Yeah, so I think that will be nice feature to have. You will be notified if something like that will be available. Is there a basic user's manual for Foyr? There is the demo that you can get at the beginning, and you have all information about how to use Foyr. If you need more information, that you can schedule a meeting, and either me or my colleague, we will have a meeting with you, and we can go through any questions you have, or, like, just show everything that you want more in detail. And also you can refer to our YouTube channel, where we have loads of videos there, and they are added weekly, and they might be very helpful. You're welcome, Cindy. Any other questions? Sorry, my dogs are going crazy. Oh, if you don't have any more questions, I think we can finish the meeting, and we will see you in a week time with another topic. You're welcome, guys. Thanks so much for being here with us.